Okay, everyone, this is the planning board, zoning board adjustment for Tuesday, July 26th, 2022 for the Borough of Flemington. This in-person and virtual meeting is called pursuant to the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act. Both adequate and electronic notice of this in-person and virtual meeting has been provided by way of publication in the Hunterdon County Democrat and Courier newspapers on or about this
January 20.
January 20, 2022, because of the, okay, sorry. In addition, notice of the meeting was posted on the door of the Borough of Flemington Municipal Building located at 38 Park Avenue and any handicap accessible entrances thereto, posted on the municipal website, provided to the municipal clerk, and distributed to all persons, if any, requesting copies of the same. This meeting is being recorded with both audio and video and may be rebroadcast. This meeting is a judicial proceeding. Any questions or comments must be limited to the issues that are relevant to what the board may legally consider in reaching a decision, and decorum appropriate to a judicial hearing must be maintained at all times. All rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag
To the flag of the United States of America.
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
roll call, please.
Mayor Driver,
Here,
Mr. Parker,
Here.
Mr. Campion is excused, as well as Mr. Dashna and Mr. Cook. Mrs. Engelhardt,
Here.
Mr. Budney,
Here,
Ms. Giffen,
Here.
Ms. Weitzman,
here,
Mr. Hill,
Here.
Mr. Levitt,
Here.
Ms. Kaczynski. Here. And Mr. Clerico, Ms. McManus, and Mr. Troutman are excused.
Okay, great, thank you. So agenda item number 1 is, as always, public comments. These public comments are specifically only to be for items that are not currently on our agenda or on our at a existing application in front of this board. Is there anyone in the audience that has any public comments about anything that's not on the agenda for tonight's meeting? Oh, you just have to hit,
Yes.
sorry, excuse us.
Sorry.
There you go, thank you. Is there anyone here that, I'll repeat that, sorry. Is there anyone here that has any public comments of items that are not on tonight's agenda?
Attendees.
I'm not there yet. Okay. So is there anybody that is in the attendees remotely that has any public comments in regards to items that are not on this agenda? You can hit, you can raise your hand and we will unmute you. If you are on a phone, you can hit *6 to raise your hand. Okay. Give me a minute. I think we can safely move on, right? Okay, great. So moving on to agenda item number 2. Betsy, you have anything?
I do have a few things. Sorry that I'm remote. I've had potential exposures to you know what, so in an effort to keep everybody else safe, I'm at home. RDA negotiations with Captiva for the project on the old Global Ag property. Those negotiations have begun. I hope that we'll have them wrapped up relatively quickly. Across the street, planner Beth McMahon is working with the potential redeveloper, the No Cans property, Guitar Boy property, whatever you want to call it, to amend the redevelopment plan for that site. As you may recall, there was an amended there was a global redevelopment plan for both sides of North Main Street on the 2 Agway properties. When Captiva came in, we did an amended plan for their side and Cardinal Capital Management. Which is looking at the other side is we'll need an amended redevelopment plan for that site as well. And also I received from Beth, I know Jeff and I mentioned this a few weeks ago, looking at extending the DB district zone northward, extending it a few parcels northward along Main Street. Changes to these properties would be from professional office to downtown business. On the east side of Main Street, the DB zone, should it go through, would extend through the T-Berry's property, with Pennsylvania Avenue being the northern boundary on that side of the street. On the west side of North Main, it would extend northward to and inclusive of Hunterdon Dermatology. It should be introduced in August. There's notifications and all that has to take place, but it's pretty much ready to go as soon as council introduces it. Last night at council also, we had the second reading and public hearing and an affirmative vote, unanimous affirmative vote to buy a new police department building. That will be at 200 Main Street. Also on that site, it will be a well site. And a playground. Once we put everything together, we'd like to put a playground back there as well. It's 2.67 acres, so nearly 3 acres. Contrary to news reports, it's not 3 acres, but it's almost 3 acres. And it's going to be a great site for a new police department. So I expect that we'll see an amended redevelopment plan coming from Mr. Cust once plans are in place to vacate 100 Main Street. And that's all I have.
Okay, great. Thank you. As regards to the DB district, I'll bring it up later, Betsy, but the master plan committee actually also discussed that same thing. So we'll talk about that under chair items. Item number 3 is council. Tony.
I don't have anything to report on this meeting.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay, great. Item number 4 is HBC comments, which I don't think. Yeah, I don't see a representative from the HPC on the attendees list. The HPC, the comments that we sent at the last meeting regarding those got sent over to the council and I apologize, I had another meeting, so I did not actually watch the council meeting last night. Tony, was that on the agenda for last night?
Why didn't you?
Because I had another meeting at the same time, but. So I didn't know if what we sent you guys was
No,
on there
well,
or not yet.
It was on the agenda, but it was tabled.
Okay, good to know. All right, so we'll be looking forward to seeing that move forward with council. Great. Okay, I think we can move. There wasn't any other HPC.
No,
I didn't see anything else in that came from the mail, right? Okay, so I think we can move on from there. Item number 5 is approval of the minutes from the July 12th, 2022 regular meeting. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Oh, yeah.
Do I have a second? No, but this is. Is there anybody
Yes.
else? Okay. Trent sent me seconds. Eileen, can you please call roll?
Mr. Hill,
Yes.
Mr. Levitt,
Yes.
Mayor Driver,
Yes,
Mr. Parker,
Abstain.
Mrs. Engelhardt,
Yes.
Mr. Budney,
Yes.
Ms. Giffen,
Abstain.
Ms. Weitzman.
Yes.
Thank you.
Great, thank you, everyone. So item number 6 is the item number 6 is the public hearing for Family Promise of Hunterdon County Incorporated, Block 19, Lots 7 and 8, 8 New York Avenue. This item was continued from July 4th and June 14th and July 12th, 2022. This application will not be heard at this meeting as was announced at the last meeting and will be continued to August 9th, 2022. We have made arrangements for the meeting to be located at the Stangl factory that everybody knows and is familiar with as where they hold the Stangl Farmers Market every week. It's going to be held on Tuesday, again, August 9th, 2022. Stangl factory is located at 4 Stangl Road, Flemington, New Jersey. The meeting is at 7 p.m. I do want to note that although the address is 4 Stangl Road, the post office also lists it as, where did I have that? 12 Mine Street. So we just need to clarify that it is 4 Stangl Road and 12 Mine Street. It's a silly post office thing, but we do want to make that clear. The old Falscraft outlet, if anybody has never been to the farmers market, same building. The reason why we chose that over in years past, we've had overflow meetings at the county courthouse is actually the county courthouse acoustics are really hard to hear. And we have the ability to hopefully, although it's not required, to be able to have it remotely. So although we cannot guarantee it 100%, we have a much better chance of getting all the technology to work at Stangl versus at the courthouse. So that's why we were happy and thankful to George to supply us with that space. So I guess there's nothing else on that, Kara, can I move on?
Yeah, I just want to say same time, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I think I said that.
Yep, no additional notice will be provided. And as indicated, we'll do our best to also provide it virtually. Are you planning on doing a publication, posting on the website?
I had paper on your desk.
That's right.
If you could review that. Also, just a note that we did get an extension of time from the applicant for the board to act to the end of September 30th.
Okay.
All right,
Great.
great, thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to resolution, item number 7, resolution 2022-07, Captiva Main Street LLC, block 5, lots 1 and 2. This is the long resolution that we all worked on at the last meeting that is being continued to the next meeting. Basically, Kara just has a lot of work to do. And the lawyers have been back and forth and kind of hammering out the details, but so that is being moved to the next meeting as well, as far as the final version of that resolution to be approved.
Yeah.
Okay, so item number 8, agenda item number 8 is the extension of approval for 54 East Main Street, TICI LLC, and 54 Main Street, TIC2 LLC. I did that wrong, didn't I? TIC1 and TIC2, Roman numerals. 54 Main Street, block 5, lots 12. Lots 12, it would be lot 12.
That's my typo.
Yeah, okay, sorry, typo there. This is a request for an extension of a prior approval. I don't even know if any of you guys was on this approval years ago, but this is the building kind of all the way down at the end of East Main on the left. There's some DP issues on it. There was a little bit of confusion because our approval has not expired. However, apparently there may be some DEP requirements that basically the DEP is requiring the applicant to confirm that they still have approvals in place. Is that fair to say?
Yep,
Okay.
that's right. And really quick, before we do that, since this is a new item on the agenda, I just want to ask everyone if anyone has any of that standard language, any direct or indirect, personal or pecuniary interest in this particular matter on the agenda, or any reason that they feel that they cannot discuss or render an unbiased decision with regard to it.
No.
That's enough.
Okay, so basically, we found out about this morning or late yesterday. The applicant's attorney could not attend, and the resolution has to be written, and then we need to review it and at the next meeting. So this will also be tabled to the next meeting. It's pretty straightforward and simple, but we need to go through the motions.
Exactly, and what I am going to do is, since Susan indicated, it's not, there's no language in the resolution of approval that terminates this, it was a use variance that terminates the D variance after a certain period of time. They do need to come back for a site plan, which they have not done yet. There was a site plan that was filed and then withdrawn. So they definitely have some work to do, but this is really all driven, as Susan said, from the DEP just asking for confirmation so they can finalize the work that needs to be done for the remediation. I'm going to ask if there can just be a letter that I can write indicating that it came before the board understands, and I'm just confirming that it is still in effect. I'll talk to the attorney. If that can't be the case, then I'll have a resolution drafted for the next meeting that the board can just adopt. And again, you're not really voting on anything. You're just reaffirming that it's still in existence.
And we want this applicant to be able to do their work and and keep things moving. So this is just basically helps them to keep things moving with the DEP. I guess my only question that while you're researching this next 2 weeks is the resolution that we're writing isn't like, I don't even remember what year we approved this.
So it was approved in 2012.
Okay, so when, and with the extensions of COVID, when does it actually expire?
It doesn't, because it's a use variance.
Okay, so it's not, so there's nothing to push out.
There's nothing, again, there's nothing for this board to vote on. This
Yeah.
doesn't need to be approved. This doesn't need to be considered. This doesn't even need to be discussed. This is really continues to be in existence, but for whatever reason, the DEP just wants this confirmation, probably because it needs to take some action on its part, or as Susan said, there's a regulation that requires it. The attorney was on vacation, so I just wanted to have a discussion with him. Everything we did today was via email. But if I can just write a letter confirming that, pursuant to XYZ, here's the language of the resolution, it's still in effect, that may be enough. If not, we'll just do the resolution, and again, so it will basically probably be 3 paragraphs, it was approved on this date via resolution X. DEP has asked for this, you're hereby confirming that it continues to be valid.
Okay, great. All right, wonderful. So we'll move on to item number 9, which is chair items. And I have 4 items on my agenda. Number 1, and I meant to ask this to you, before the meeting, you had sent an email around about the new Union Hotel submittals. Is there so many copies that we have to pick it up at here? Or there was some question as to
Not
if the board
Union
members need to pick up.
Hotel. There's a new application that was the emails that went around yesterday. And today Dolce is coming in with an application. What we did was the Union Hotel was that because it was an amended site plan and had approvals and had long history before the board, that they were for completeness purposes only. It was decided that they would provide 5 sets of plans, 3 to my office and 1 directly to Jay and 1 directly to Bob.
And then we
A
get
hard
electronic
copy, and then we all have electronic copies. They're posted on the website. The link has been sent to the entire board, the shade tree commissions, all of the commissions that were required. So that
And Dolce.
and Dolce is a new application. So there should be some discussion on what they would like, what the board would like. And this, again, it would be for completeness purposes only again. If people are comfortable with electronic versions, we can provide that. And I know that the HBC and the Environmental Commission have also requested that they have electronic files only, as well as Beth, and I assume Kara was.
Yes, that's
on
fine.
here.
So I think for Dolce, we decided only Bob and Jay get hard
Right.
copies.
One
Okay.
for my office, one to display for the public, and then I would like one for the water and sewer department.
And that's okay with everyone else.
Hey, Eileen, can you resend that? Because I didn't get any email from you today other than using Stangle for the August 9th meeting.
Okay.
Thank you.
I don't think that Dolce was actually sent out yet. I think it was just an
No, we
email
don't.
saying, how do we want to send this?
Oh,
out?
okay.
I don't
They
think
were
we missed
preparing
anything.
to submit the application, so they
It was just
they were
one
requesting
hard copy.
prior to just to see how many new plans they need to, to
Got
print.
it.
It's a very costly thing, and
Okay.
when it comes here, there's a lot of postage, it's very expensive too. And for completeness, if anybody would like a hard copy, we could always ask the.
It's a
request the
relatively
applicant to
small
provide that.
application, so we didn't wanna assume, so that's why I brought it up, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you didn't miss anything, Betsy.
Okay, thank you. I sounded like there was an email that went out to the entire board because that's what I heard Eileen say, but. I misheard.
No, it was really more between, Susan and Jeff and Kara to try and decide procedurally what we should do before we brought it to the whole board for tonight for discussion.
Yeah, we're good. All right,
Good.
the next item I have is, I mentioned earlier, master plan. Master plan subcommittee met on the 18th. We had a good meeting with Beth, and basically we kind of mapped out how we're going to get the stakeholders involved, how we're gonna get the public's input, and where that's gonna go in the next, hopefully, we really would like to have it all wrapped up in 10 weeks or so, based on the work that we've done up to this point. And we did talk about that DB district. So definitely, since that will probably be in front of council before we actually issue the master plan, maybe just check in with us and we'll, kind of give you our casual feedback on what we discussed. Okay. The next item on the agenda, on my agenda, is I just want, and I'll speak for everybody here. Sally, our borough clerk is retiring at the end of this week, and although she isn't necessarily involved in the day-to-day stuff that the planning and zoning board do, she has just been a joy to work with the last 15 years, how long I've been working on this board. And we just want to wish her, first of all, her birthday was today, so happy birthday, Sally. And also, we just want to wish her just the best in her retirement. She is so patient and kind, and she sits in on our meetings once in a while when we need a substitute, and I know she is a huge
She is a huge support system. She's
benefit
an excellent.
and support
Excellent.
to our board
Oh,
secretary. So I know without her, and
But we
we
look
like
forward
to
to
do a
working
great
with
job,
Ms. Humphrey as
absolutely,
well.
but we just want to wish her the best and just have a joyous retirement. She really, really deserves it. So I hope that can speak for everyone, and I think we say just best of luck, and you will be missed by this board too. Your work in behind the scenes for this board is not overlooked. Okay, final chair item is to remind everybody that the next meeting is August 9th, 2022, and it is not here, it is at Stangle Factory for Stangle Road. I need to confirm that there is a full quorum for that meeting, that everybody that is eligible, because there are 4 people that are not eligible to even vote on that project, are available, have reviewed all of the testimony from the last project, the last meeting. I know that Karen is not going to be here at the next meeting, so I need to make sure that we have a full quorum in case there is a vote of some sort at the next meeting. Because that's not guaranteed at any rate. So can everybody kind of chime in who is eligible to vote that they are going to be here either? The problem is we don't have a guarantee of virtual, so we really need everybody that is available to be on the dais in person at the next meeting. So can everybody chime in? Hannah?
Hi,
Saw your new
I
dog.
will do my best. I think it should be fine. But if it's, just keep us updated if Zoom is possible, that would be ideal. But if it's not, let me know and I can really try and work around it.
We really won't know until.
Yeah, until there.
'Cause
Okay.
we get to set up like 4 o'clock, the timing is.
Okay.
So we really won't know until we do the test run at 4 o'clock. in the
Okay, well, regardless, I'll do my best. Yes, I'll say yes. And if there's any issue, I'll let you know, but as of now, I can definitely work around it, so. We've got somewhat of a routine going on, so like, as long as we just don't hit any regressions in the next week or two, which I am really crossing my fingers for, we're good, so.
For you too. Okay, Brian.
I plan to be in attendance.
Okay, great. So that's two. Jim, you're
Yes,
eligible.
I'll be here.
Okay. Karen will not be here at the next meeting. You're eligible. right?
He's
No,
not.
no.
No, because it's a, yeah.
Yep.
see there, yes.
Trent,
I'll be
and
You'll
we
be there.
have to check with Mike Campion.
And my champion, we have to check with. Okay,
So that's the lesson, so with
That'd be
every,
5.
that's 5, just 5.
Yeah, because I thought I was part 5, so when I reviewed it and realized, I was like, I did announce that I wasn't available in August when, before this started, Jeff had asked everybody's availability through the summer. And I flagged that week
Yes.
as being, and I thought that when we did the first hearing, there was only 5 of us, and I was one of the 5, and that's why I was really concerned, because I didn't want to go through this whole thing, and then and I will be out of the country. God willing. And so I mean, I can try, we can try and Zoom, but if it's that last minute, there's even.
we're not
less
getting done.
chance.
I didn't realize that Tony wasn't eligible.
Neither council member or the mayor.
That's, I thought it because it's a deed. Yeah, okay.
So we've got.
So we've got a
all the
minimum
board
of 5.
members to it.
11.
Why am I missing? 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. I'm missing some. Got 4 people that can't participate.
Mike, we need to check with Mike.
Yeah. Okay. Feel like I'm missing something. All right.
5 cannot participate, 5 potentially won't be there on August 4th, and Karen is that. Right.
So can you contact Mike tomorrow and confirm it?
Yeah, I don't know why he wasn't here today, if he's on vacation, I'm not sure.
It's fine.
But I will send an email.
I think he's on vacation.
Yeah, you can try sending him an email. I doubt you'll reach him by phone,
I'm sure
because
he'll be back.
somewhere where there's no phones.
Okay, so you check with Mike tomorrow, and then if you could contact Kara and let me know either way.
That, no, I'm gonna be on vacation from
You're
August
on
1st to the 5th
Yes,
week, so.
she's on vacation next week too, which is why we want to make sure we got all our ducks in a row before this end of this week. Because we don't want to have to rush that. So you call Mike and then you make sure you contact the applicant. Okay?
Sure.
All right, we'll move on. Item number 10 is bills. Can I have a motion to audit the bills, please?
I'll second it.
Tony and Jim. Eileen?
Mr. Parker,
Yes.
Mr. Hill,
Yes.
Mayor Driver,
Yes,
Mrs. Engelhardt,
Yes.
Mr. Putney,
Yes,
Ms. Giffen,
Yes,
Ms. Weitzman,
Yes,
Mr. Levitt.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Item number 11, professional reports. Kara, you're all on at the table.
I am, and I have nothing to provide.
Okay, and we do not have to go into executive session for anything.
not.
Okay, that's item number 12. And so can I have a motion to adjourn?
Start the motion.
We're gonna call it that from now on.
Okay. So. It's adjourned. 7:31.
There we go.